Okay, what's up guys? So, Fact Faction has uploaded another 5 mysterious unsolved cases video. This is number 6. I like these videos because I always like trying to solve the cases. So, let's see if I can. But if not, then yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to either be in their comment section or in my comment section trying to solve these cases. So, in that being said, let's get into this video. Make sure you go subscribe to Fact Faction for more videos like that or like this. Well, I don't know why I say like that. But anyways, that being said, let's get into this video.
Five mysterious unsolved cases.
All right, let's do this.
Part 6.
Brandon Swanson.
On May 14th, 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson disappeared at around 2 a.m. To celebrate the final day of their classes, Brandon and his classmates held a party. On the way back from the festivities, at around midnight, Brandon accidentally drove into a ditch with his vehicle and became stuck. He allegedly only had a couple of drinks, not enough to account for poor driving or disorientation. After attempting to contact friends to no avail, Brandon called his father. He informed his father that he was well and safe. He told his parents that he was close to the town of Lind, a short commute from Marshall, Minnesota, where the 3 family members lived. His parents drove to the location and flashed their headlights to alert Brandon's attention. He reported being unable to see their lights. Brandon then flashed his lights, but his parents, too, were unable to see anything.
Wow.
Throughout this entire period, Brandon and his father were in communication via their cell phones. Brandon then made the decision to walk to a friend's house in Lind. He remained on the telephone with his father. During the call, he allegedly crossed fields as a shortcut. After around 47 minutes of speaking to one another, his father heard Brandon say, "Oh sh*," before the line went dead. His parents claimed that it sounded as if Brandon had slipped, fell, or dropped his phone. Brian Swanson tried to call his son back several times, but the line rang out. He then searched for his son, but could find no trace of him. Authorities were able to locate Brandon's car via cell phone records. Oddly, the car was nowhere near where Brandon had reported it to be. It was, in fact, 20 miles north of his alleged location. The farmland and woods in the area all look very similar, which could explain his confusion. Strangely, some sources also claim that all of Brandon's car doors were left open. Searches of the nearby Yellow Medicine River have failed to produce any clues, and only one potential scent has been found, a 6-mile trip from Brandon's last known location. Partially because of where and when he disappeared, police have been unable to uncover any clues or evidence. Rainy weather can tamper with crime scenes, and much of the surrounding land is privately owned by farmers, so cannot be searched without a warrant. The search for Brandon has included hundreds of volunteers, along with sniffer dogs, airplanes, and helicopters. Bizarrely, Brandon had driven home on small gravel roads instead of opting for the more direct route along Highway 68. It is unknown why he drove this route in particular. Most theorists speculate that Brandon either drowned after falling into the river or froze to death when trying to find shelter on farmland. Others fear that he may have been kidnapped or murdered, or decided to fake his own disappearance. However, the case remains unsolved.
Yeah, I'm guessing because this all like, you know, I don't know where like they were showing that water. You don't know where that water leads to. So I'm guessing, yeah, that might be the case with it. He might have went in that water and he might have disappeared in that water and things. But I don't know, because it's just all like they're saying that he staged his you know, his disappearance. That could be a factor, but it's like, I don't know, that'd be kind of weird to just like disappear randomly. Like, for that to be, you know, a theory of his, you know, him going missing, like, then they would have to dig into, like, what was going on behind doors of this guy. Like, be kind of hard, be kind of difficult, but, like, try to just find everything possible. Ask his friends, like, everybody. Did he seem weird or odd, or was he acting weird or odd, you know? But, I'm guessing, yeah, he might have went in that water, because if they saw, like, if he was, like, if it sounded like he fell or the phone went off, then yeah, that could have been like, you know, him slipping and falling and things. But yeah, him just staging something like that, that just doesn't seem right. And plus they were saying he was on the phone with his dad and things, so it's like, and then was talking to him and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of weird. But I'm guessing, you know, since he probably didn't know where he was at, I don't know if he was drinking or not, that could have been a factor. And, you know, that could have most likely been, you know, why he's gone and disappeared and stuff. But anyways, Emma Filipoff.
In the fall of 2011, 26-year-old Emma Filipoff moved to Victoria, BC from Perth, Ontario. By November 2012, she went missing, never to be seen again. During the latter part of this period, she began sleeping at Sandy Merriman House, a shelter for vulnerable and impoverished women. She had also purchased a van, which she used for both transport and as accommodation. On November 23rd, Emma called her mother to announce that she wanted to return home. Teary and upset, she continued to call her mother in the period leading up to November 28th. During their final call at 4:30 a.m., she told her mother, quote, "I don't know how I can face you," and "Don't come, Mom, not today." When her mother decided to do just that, arriving at 11 p.m., she found her daughter wasn't in the shelter. No one has heard from her since. Friends reported that she had been feeling stressed and upset, claiming that, according to Emma, an unknown figure had been harassing and worrying her. Journal entries written by Emma referenced that she may have had a stalker. She had reportedly become distant and frightened, with an apparent aversion to non-female company. According to her own writing and shelter staff, she was isolated, paranoid, depressed, and felt a compulsion to escape. On the day of her disappearance, Emma visited the same 7-Eleven store on 2 separate occasions. The first time she purchased a $200 prepaid credit card. The second time she purchased a prepaid cell phone. CCTV images show her peering out of the store windows into the parking lot. She appears to be looking for someone or something.
Yeah, something don't seem, I don't know, to me something don't seem right. Like she's, you know, I'm gonna continue on with it, but, and honestly I'll give how I feel about, you know, this at the end, but something don't seem right. You know, because I've been the clerk, I've been kind of scared because I'm like, what is she looking for? You know, because stuff like that would make me nervous.
CCTV from a YMCA in Victoria, shot 5 days before her disappearance, shows Emma entering and leaving the building multiple times within a 14-minute period. She looks as if she may be avoiding someone.
Yeah. And it's like how, because I'm like, it don't seem right there. It's just like, okay, she went off somewhere and she's left. Then it's like, nobody would know where you're at, you know, unless they, I don't know, maybe somebody was secretly asking them around or something. But to me, I'm like, just something just don't seem right about this situation. Like, and she just kept like leaving and going back in, like, yeah.
After calling a cab to pick her up from near the shelter, Emma asked to be driven to the airport. She then changed her mind, claiming to have insufficient money, asking instead to be dropped off in the exact same spot she was picked up. Becoming paranoid after hearing the cab dispatch radio, she allegedly asked the driver, quote, "Why is there noise coming out of that?" Minutes later, she was seen standing barefoot on a street corner. The acquaintance who spotted her, Dennis Quay, claimed that she was looking shifty and paranoid, and that she was constantly looking around her. He then called the police, who spoke with her in person outside of the Empress Hotel, but decided that she was not a threat to herself or anyone else. She told officers that she was not suicidal. They released her. This was her last known sighting. Her van was found in the parking lot of the Chateau Victoria Hotel and included many of her essential belongings, including her passport and laptop. 2 potential suspects are linked to the case. One man, a driver of a white van, attempted to use Emma's prepaid credit card at a gas station. He claimed to have found it by the side of the road. Another man, named Julien Huard, was a former friend of Emma. Julien had previously, via his own admission, been stalking Emma in her original hometown of Perth. After she moved from Perth to Victoria, he did so too, a few months later. He was allegedly infatuated with Emma. Both of these suspects were questioned, polygraphed, and released. In May 2014, a man entered a clothes store in British Columbia, holding one of Emma's missing person posters. He told an employee that Emma was his girlfriend, claiming that rather than being missing, she simply wanted to be left alone. CCTV footage of this encounter was released to the public to no avail.
Crazy boyfriend, maybe?
In 2016, Emma's brother and mother were found guilty of money laundering in addition to drug and weapons offenses. This case is thought to be completely separate from Emma's disappearance. Speculation around what happened to Emma include theories related to suicide, homicide, kidnapping, and a planned escape. However, no one can be sure of the truth.
So wait, she still hasn't been found? Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, because I'm like, dang, all right then. Well, but because they said that was like her an unsolved case and stuff. So it's like they don't know, but so I guess. But anyways, I feel like she was on something. You know, I feel like she might have been on some drugs or something. I don't know, like, I ain't trying to disrespect the family or anything and say that about their daughter. But to me, I'm like, that's what that seems like. You know, because this is so, like, I've seen stories and stuff where, like, people on drugs, they act like that. You know, they act paranoid and they just be acting really weird and stuff, you know, out in public. She was on something, to me at least, you know. So I don't know what she did, you know, with her personal life and stuff. And, you know, maybe so, yeah, she might have been on something and somebody might have been stalking her at the same time. But, yeah, to me, I'm like, that just don't seem right, you know. Then I got to see about that case, because I'm like, you know, this video was just uploaded a week ago, and chances are they would have had, like, seen or said that she was, like, you know, found or something. But anyways, yeah, that's crazy. You know, that's really insane. Like, you know, they didn't even find her afterwards and stuff. So, but anyways, Kenny Veatch.
In 2014, experienced hiker Kenny Veatch posted a comment on YouTube about a mysterious cave he'd found in the Nevada desert. He claimed that the cave, located near Nellis Air Force Base, was shaped like a perfect capital M and, upon entry, had caused his body to intensely and violently vibrate. Terrified and confused, he then left the area. Not prepared to be beaten, he set out to relocate the cavern and explore it further. He claimed that this was the only cave he'd ever feared, but that he was determined to find it. He was not a man to be scared easily, often hiking in dangerous territory with meager supplies. He had also had plenty of experience handling deadly wild animals. In a video he filmed on the second hike, he oddly claimed that he was being watched by a mysterious black ram. In this trip, he was unable to find the cave. Fired up by YouTube users and his own sense of adventure, he decided to try again, this time arming himself with a gun. One anonymous YouTube user told Kenny in a comment, quote, "No, don't go back there. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in. If you do, you won't get out." Despite the dangers, he set out on November 10th. He never returned. A search could only find his cell phone, which was discovered near an abandoned mine shaft. He had been carrying no GPS, as was his custom while hiking.
Wow.
Speculation around his fate is rife. Most claim that he may simply have fallen victim to the elements. His hikes indeed were intense, with Kenny himself claiming that it often took his body 3 days or more to recover from these arduous treks.
Yeah.
This hike in particular was harsh, remote, unpredictable, and replete with danger. He may also have committed suicide. He and his family suffered from a history of depression and mental illness. He had reportedly told his girlfriend that, if he decided to commit suicide, no one would be able to find him. Others speculate that he may have ran from his life to start afresh somewhere new. The most interesting speculation is based on Kenny's claims of the cave's effect on his body.
Yeah.
Nellis Air Force Base.
Some don't seem, to me, I'm like, something don't seem right with that cave talk, but
is linked to many odd conspiracy theories of military experiments, subterranean tunnels, and secret research projects. Area 51, the most famous top-secret military base, is itself relatively close to the site. The bizarre case remains a mystery.
Yeah, I feel like, maybe the, going into them caves, because I don't know, like, the temperature and stuff is in there. But if he's going with, like, I think they were saying limited supplies and stuff, and then he's just freely exploring these caves and things. Like, explore what you know, bro. But with that, like, yeah, I feel like that he might have, like, died in that unexplored cave and stuff. Because I'm like, yeah, that's just, to me, I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense. It's like, this is what he's known for, and then all of a sudden it gets to him, and then it's like this unexplored cave. That might be a cave where it's just like people go in and don't come back out. So it's so like, it's just like, that's why I said, like, don't be messing with that stuff if you don't know about it and things, And so even in that person's comment, they saying, like, don't do it and things, and so, but... that's his thing. He wants to explore that type of stuff. And so, anyways, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I think, yeah, he might have, was exploring that cave a little bit too long, might have got lost, and, didn't think he was going to get out. So, suicide might have been a factor, or he might have had an accident in there. Who knows? But, anyways, yeah, that's messed up. But, Magdalena Zook, something like that. I don't know.
In 2017, 27-year-old Polish woman Magdalena Jenkins embarked on a solo vacation to Egypt and never returned home. Magdalena had previously booked a stay at a resort in Marsa Alam for her and her boyfriend Marcus, whose passport, unknown to Magdalena, had expired. She therefore set off on April 25th to take the trip alone, after unsuccessfully attempting to sell the tickets over Facebook. From the beginning of the trip, she mysteriously sent odd messages to her family. These included questions such as, "Where are you?" and requests including, "Come to me." The messages were sent from the cell phone of Mahmoud K., an employee of a travel agency. Her own phone was switched off.
Wow.
Magdalena eventually called her family. While talking with her sister, she purportedly claimed that someone had put something in her drink and she was speaking incoherently. On Friday morning, just over 48 hours after her arrival, tourists found her unconscious in her hotel. Staff recorded her and sent the footage to her family. The video shows Magdalena curled up in a ball. She was then taken to a local hospital. Upon arrival, one doctor claimed that they were unable to treat mental illness. Another later claimed that she would not leave the car, but footage shows her walking towards the hospital. However, she was not treated there.
See, it's all like, then they just let her go. Like, no, I'm like, okay, can some family or somebody come out here and get her? Because I don't feel right just leaving, just letting her, like, I know she's an adult, but something ain't right. She comes in here and things, and you think something mentally wrong with her. Then I'm all like, okay, then let's, like, send her back to her family. Or let's wait until her family gets here, and then they could come. I'm all like, I feel like that would have been the best thing for her. Because I'm like, I probably would have told her. Like, seeing stuff like this, I'm like, I wouldn't want want you to go missing. I wouldn't want something bad to happen to you. I would want somebody, you know, family-wise, mother, her sister that she was talking to, her dad, somebody to come out there and get her. Yeah, she might be in a different place, but I'm like, listen, okay, if you really, to me, I'm like, you really care about this girl and things, like, you need to come out here and get her, you know, because I'm like, I wouldn't feel right doing that.
On Saturday, Magdalena was escorted by a hotel staff member to an airport. She was refused the right to board as she was considered to be too ill. Some reports claim that she was screaming, shouting, and taking off her clothes. Upon returning to the hotel, the staff would not allow her to check in. She could not find an alternate hotel.
Yeah, she got a hold of something.
Staff from the original hotel then placed Magdalena on a video call with her boyfriend. In the video, Magdalena utters a number of strange and disturbing statements.
Myszko, powiedz mi, co się stało. Skarbie, nie bój się, powiedz mi, co się stało, proszę cię. Madziu moja. Aniołku, nie bój się, powiedz mi, co się dzieje. Powiedz mi, nic się nie bój.
هنشوف هي لسه يعني لو كده هي مثلا incoming call. لما جينا بكره فهي شكلها ايه ده تقريبا كنت فاكر ان هي مثلا هتعمل حاجه ولا اي حاجه.
Skarbie, Maciek cię zabierze. Dobrze? Rozumiesz? Skarbie, słuchasz mnie? Pamiętasz Maćka Solczaka? Tego z brodą? To on po ciebie przyjedzie. On będzie po ciebie rano. Dobrze? Myszko? Ale co robią? Co robią? Powiedz mi. Zabierzemy cię. Maciek już po ciebie leci, ale co oni robią?
Some ain't right.
Kochanie, nie bój się mówić. Słucham?
Some
Możesz
don't seem
mówić,
right.
śmiało, mów do mnie. Mów do mnie, kochanie, i nie bój się. Myszko, ja będę miał na to dowód. Ja to mam nagrywane na drugim telefonie. Powiedz mi, co się tam stało. Nie bój się, tylko mi powiedz. Ja muszę to mieć nagrane. Kochanie, ja jutro po ciebie będzie jutro po ciebie Maciek, tylko mi powiedz, co się stało. Co się stało? Powiedz mi, proszę cię. Słucham? Wrócisz stąd. Wrócisz. Kochanie, co się stało? Powiedz mi, co się stało.
Nie mogę mówić, przepraszam.
Musisz powiedzieć mi, skarbie, proszę cię. Ale powiedz mi, ja to muszę wiedzieć. Ja to muszę wiedzieć, żeby cię chronić, rozumiesz? Powiedz mi, proszę cię.
After being questioned by her boyfriend further, Magdalena mysteriously utters the letter M as a response. The significance of this is unknown. The letter could refer to Marcus, her boyfriend, Mahmoud, Magdalena herself, or something else entirely.
Stało. Mów. Powiedz śmiało, szybko, będziemy mieli to z głowy.
M.
Co M?
M.
Wow.
Co M? Powiedz mi, nie bój się. Popatrz się na mnie i mi powiedz.
Markus.
Myszko.
Markus. Cześć. Markus. Halo.
No, słucham.
Witam.
Halo?
Wydaje mi to strata czasu. Ja będę dzwonił teraz znowu do ambasady tutaj w Egipcie, dobrze?
No dobrze, a możesz poprosić Magdę, żeby włączyła telefon?
Magda, włączy telefon, bo Markus dzwoni się do ciebie. Włączy twój telefon po prostu. Daj teraz, okej, dobrze.
The
Yeah.
staff then took Magdalena back to the
That that whoever that guy she's with, something ain't right with that whole situation. That sounds like a full-blown setup. Somebody was out to get her. Maybe her boyfriend, maybe that guy she was with, somebody, okay? Because that, to me, I'm like, that don't make sense.
She refused to be
examined. That doesn't make any sense.
Footage from the hospital shows her lying on the floor before attacking the people around her.
Yeah, somebody put something in her drink. I think, yeah, what she's saying is true. Somebody might put something in her drink and had her like flipping out, and you know that's like it's because that don't add up. Yeah, that's not adding up.
She was then taken to a room and tied to a bed. When the nurse untied Magdalena to let her use the toilet, she allegedly jumped out of a second-story window, injuring herself in the process.
Wow.
She was subsequently taken to a larger hospital before dying the following day.
Wow.
The case is considered to be a murder in Poland, but a suicide in Egypt. Some investigative sources claim that Magdalena's injuries are not in keeping with a voluntary leap, suggesting that she may have been drugged and thrown out of the window. Most speculation points toward Mahmoud, who, according to one source, has a reputation for attempting to drug women. Magdalena's family also believe that he is to blame. Others speculate that Magdalena's boyfriend may have asked her to smuggle drugs into Egypt or to sell her body. Further theories relate to mental illness and schizophrenia. Autopsies have suggested that there was no foul play. Investigations continue.
Yeah, to me, I'm like, it seems like that dude that she was with in that phone call, them saying that he has a known history of drugging women. That can be a case, and he probably got a hold of some drug that messed her up. And then the boyfriend, I felt like, because to me, I'm like, the way that he was sounding, because I'm like, if I haven't seen, my wife or girlfriend in a while, and then she's acting scary and stuff on the phone, I'm gonna be acting scary too. Like, I'm gonna be like, probably in tears. I'll be crying, because I'm like, I haven't seen her, that she's like acting weird. Like, I'll be trying to find where she's at, find out, so I could be by her side. But it's just like him on the phone, then he's talking, I'm like, no, that, to me, I'm like, that wouldn't be me. That would not be me. Like, no, I'm gonna be trying to go out of my way, like, find out where she's at and things, because he's at one point, then she's at, no, I'm like, all right, I'm going there. I don't care if I gotta sell everything possible that I own to be by her side to make sure that she is okay. That's what I would do. But between those two, something wasn't right. They might have teamed up together, that guy and her boyfriend, or they might have been in a separate thing, but they were just messing her up, all right, and so anyways, yeah, that, to me, I'm like, that don't seem right, that case right there, between them two guys, something don't seem right. Something's weird going on between them two. But Kanika Jenkins.
After attending a party on September 8th, 2017, 19-year-old Kanika Jenkins was reported missing. Having been celebrating on the 9th floor of the Crown Plaza O'Hare Hotel in Chicago, her dead body was found just before 1 a.m. on September 10th. It was discovered in a walk-in freezer in the hotel, having allegedly been there for over 20 hours. Kanika was discovered lying on her side, face down, with her right shoe removed and a small cut on her bare foot. She was wearing the same clothing in which she had been last seen, though her shirt was pulled up to reveal her breasts. Wow. Graphic images of the scene show that the freezer contained no food. Police began their investigation hours after Kanika was reported missing. Had somebody was behind that, she could have potentially been saved. CCTV footage from the night of the party shows Kanika staggering and stumbling around the hotel. She appears to be very drunk.
Something, to me, I'm like, I don't know, like, you know, because she ain't with nobody. She's by herself. And I feel like that with that, something was, you know, somebody was behind that. You know, that's just not something she just did on her own. You know, somebody was definitely behind that. The way to me, I'm like that. To me, that might be drunk, but I'm like, to me, that's like drug. That's drug, and she's trying to fight it, you know. That might be drunk, but I'm like, to me, that looks like you drugged. Yeah.
Though police have been working on the speculation that Kanika walked into the freezer of her own accord, her family believe that she may have been sexually assaulted and murdered.
Yeah.
The freezer is located in a part of the hotel which is undergoing reconstruction, meaning that she had no reason to be there. The double doors which provide access to the freezer are made of steel, so Kanika would have perhaps struggled to open them of her own accord, especially given her drunkenness. Friends report that, at around 3 a.m., Kanika realized her cell phone and car keys were missing. Her friends then went to look for her belongings, successfully finding them. When they returned, Kanika had disappeared. After failing to find her, her friends left, taking Kanika's car and cell phone with them. They contacted Kanika's mother to report her missing. In a video posted online after her disappearance, hotel visitors and staff chat during the party. At one point, a high-pitched noise is audible before some music begins. Many people believe that this is Kanika screaming or pleading for help, and that the music is played to cover up the sound. This video was filmed by a hotel employee, but reposted by Monifa Shelton, a friend of Kanika. CCTV footage from directly in front of the freezer has gone unreleased. Motion sensor cameras seem to indicate that no one entered the freezer area in the hours before and after Kanika did so. How and why Kanika entered the freezer remains unknown, as does the role of any potential foul play. The case remains under investigation.
Yeah, she might have been by herself, but somebody did something, you know, because it's just like, to me, I'm like, listen, you know, I've seen, you know, in person, like, you know, actually with my eyes, like, I've seen it in real life and on video, how people act when they're drunk. You know, they might walk like that, you know, maybe when they had a little bit too much. But to me, I'm like, I don't know, just a gut feeling. I just feel like that she was drugged. You know, to me, I'm like, ever since that case got out, I was like, that to me, I'm like, that's drugged. You don't walk like that and be drunk. You know, and I'm like, and I don't know how many drinks she had prior before that, but I'm just saying, to me, I'm like, that looks like that she was drugged. You know, and so maybe with others, they might think she was drunk and stuff, but I'm like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, that just don't seem right. That don't seem in the ordinary. Then we're seeing that last video, so you can hear something or somebody in the background, and it sounds like them saying, help me, and then some music goes on. Somebody within that group was behind that. Maybe in that video that they were showing with everybody just chilling, then there was a girl in the Kanika Jenkins girl was in the background, but somebody in that group was behind that, you know, somebody within that party. And I would be like, and within that, seeing that video, I would be asking down names, people, everybody that was there, and be asking them questions left and right, you know, there for hours, letting them know, like, okay, listen, somebody died. Okay, and then they were in your crowd, they were in your group, so we're asking questions with everybody. You know, I'm pretty sure they did, maybe, but yeah, I'm like that with that situation. Yeah, she was drugged. She was drugged. All right, so, and maybe there could be a possibility that she was really drunk and she got stuck in that freezer and died. But I don't know. To me, I'm like that. She, you know, somebody. I just think that somebody was behind that. So, anyways, yeah. That being said, I will talk to you guys later. All of these cases were sad, and I hope they do get solved. So, yeah. Shout out to Fact Faction for putting this video together. Go subscribe to them for more videos like this one and stuff. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. So thank you for watching, and peace.